Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning into our podcast. It's OK, brought to you by Stancer. Stancer is a creative initiative with creativity at the root, who help their audience create habitable spaces to enrich the quality of life and mental well being. This podcast is part of the Mind chapter in the journey of Stancer, and in this series, we will take you on our journey towards mental well being. I am Kushal Jayaprakash and I'm your host, and in today's episode, I'll be talking about why it's important to have a mental health support system. I'm sure by now you guys have a brief understanding of what mental health and well-being means and its importance in living a fulfilling life. In today's episode, I'll discuss how having a support system is key to achieving desired mental health and well-being. Now, what is a support system? Webster's definition of a support system is a network of people who provide an individual with practical and emotional support. We all have a ton of friends, family, cousins with whom we share a deep bond and have strong relationships. But when it comes to opening up about our issues and problems, it's a human tendency to box them up and put it away and put on a mask of happiness and portray that everything's okay. If identifying your mental health risks and issues is the beginning of your journey towards mental well-being, finding, seeking, and creating a support system for yourself to achieving that goal is the next step. This is the biggest step towards recovering from your mental health issues. It can be anxiety, depression, mood swings, self-pity, or even negative self-talk. To heal from these, you need a strong support system of people who are willing to accept you the way you are. The ones you can trust to not judge your mental state. The ones you have a strong connection with. In fact, this support system can be created with your family members, friends, peers, or even your neighbors. The only important thing is that you have someone you can trust to make you feel comfortable to talk to about all the things you're going through without the fear of being judged. By having this niche of people, you'll be able to manage your day-to-day challenges, share your perspective on things, resolve a crisis, and much more. Believe me, these relationships you build will help you a lot in dealing with day-to-day life and ease your journey towards mental health. Few things that worked for me on my journey towards mental health and well-being is number one, being with like-minded people. Identifying your friends with whom you're comfortable sharing your emotions and thoughts plays a key role here. Also, remember to respect the other person's personal space before sharing any of your thoughts. I would also suggest talking about a few of the lighter thoughts and emotions on which you think would provide common ground for both of you to talk about. Always establish a common ground with the other person. This helps in building a strong base for yourself and the relationship and goes a long way in building trust. Also, reach out to family members. We spend a major chunk of time with family members, all the while when they have no idea of what's going on in our heads. Sharing bits and pieces of your thoughts and opinions will go a long way in building trust and a safe space for you to talk about your mental health issues. Who else would provide you more support than your parents and siblings, right? Take a step back and open up to them about your issues, and trust me, wonders happen. Many a times, your family members may also be going through something similar, and they might open up about their issues as well. Be ready to take that first step. And if you have difficulty sharing your emotions and seeking support from people you know, use technology. Connect with people online through social media. Connect with people facing similar issues and build a connection and share with them. This can happen over text, email, or any of the social media options. This gives you instant satisfaction of having spoken to someone about what's bothering you, and at the same time would provide you with some relief and ways to deal with the situation or emotion. I remember this one time when I was really angry at someone and I was just scrolling through Instagram, where I saw this post that said to share any issues anonymously, and if you need someone to talk to message them or just respond to the post. Out of the blue, I replied to that post. I recall having had a really good conversation, and this person gave me a fresh perspective on my situation that I was angry about and showed me ways to deal with it and resolve it. It's just that sometimes we all need someone to just listen to us and not give us any sort of validation or solution or wisdom. We just need someone to hear us out. Another way you can build a support system is to connect with people who share similar interests as you. It can be as simple as joining a club or taking a class or even volunteering. This will help you expand your circle and also give you ways to meet new people who share similar interests. I have tried a bunch of these and have met tons of new people with similar interests, and many are part of my support system right now. And a more direct support system is seeking the help of a professional therapist. This will help in giving you more insights and professional help on how to take care of your mental health and well-being. And the best of all, you can also be your own support system. Whenever you're feeling low and have these negative thoughts, I would recommend writing them down. It can be in a journal or you could just make notes on your phone. Every time you have a thought, make sure to note it down, and at the end of the day, take some time to look at the ups and downs in your emotions and thoughts and try to assess them. It might actually look like your personal venting out diary, but over weeks and months of noting your emotions down, you will start seeing patterns on what triggers a certain emotion or thought within yourself, and this is where you can learn to control yourself and be aware of those triggers and make your journey towards mental well-being smooth. Few examples of these patterns can be sudden outburst of jealousy after seeing a social media post, or even feeling self-pity when your peer is being recognized for their work. All these may look and feel like a one-time thing, but when you record your emotions, that's when you see the pattern, and that is when you recognize and start resolving these issues. All of these tiny emotions take you and make your path in gaining mental health and well-being. Another major thing about having a mental support system is also to be one for someone who needs help on this same thing. I feel it is easy for someone with mental issues to identify somebody else facing similar issues. All the patterns and behaviors would be similar to what you have gone through, assessed, and now made peace with. So when you see similar patterns in behaviors, it becomes much easier for you to be there for them and understand and provide the support they need. Even though you have a brief understanding of what the other person is going through, never compare your issues with theirs. This makes them feel like their problems were disregarded. I would also highly recommend staying away from these sentences when you're part of someone's mental support system. Oh, you know what? I've been there too. This happens to everyone, it's not a big deal. Why don't you keep yourself busy and you'll forget your feelings? Oh, you're lucky. Things could be worse. I think it's all in your head. You know what? You should stop focusing only on the bad stuff and start living your life. Abey yaar, you need to let it go. And so many more. Instead, try saying this to yourself and to others who are facing the same issues and are seeking your support. Do you want to talk about it? Do you feel comfortable talking about it? I'm here for you if you want to talk to. Or you could simply say, is there anything I can do to help? Or you can simply ask them, hey, how are you coping up with everything? And a more compassionate approach is asking them, are you looking for my perspective on the issue? Or would you rather I listen? Try these instead. A simple sentence can go a long way in building trustworthy relationships and support systems. And the above are few things that have worked for me over time. Some of them are self-taught and some I picked up reading books and trying to find the solution to my issues. Please do try these and let me know if they work for you or what are some of the support systems you have for yourself. You can always feel free to reach out to us on our email, which you can find on our podcast description. And as always, I would like to end today's episode with this beautiful thought. This one is from Fred Rogers and it goes something like this. Anything that's human is mentionable, and anything that is mentionable can be more manageable. When we can talk about our feelings, they become less overwhelming, less upsetting, and less scary. Ciao. Thank you for listening to our episode on It's Okay, brought to you by Stencer, the Mind Chapter. Please do rate and subscribe to our podcast, and please do not forget to share your experience and thoughts on our podcast. Do remember that this is coming from our experiences only. We are not medical professionals. This is purely from our journey towards mental health. And at our core, we are architects by profession, with the design initiative part of Stencer, the design chapter, where we help our audience design beautiful living spaces to enhance their lifestyle. If you're looking to revamp your spaces, feel free to reach out to us via email. And also, check out our latest projects on Instagram. Read the description for more information.